Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel, and we talk about it in a positive way. If that's something that appeals to you, you've come to the right place. We're so happy to have you here. Today we have to talk a little bit about the MCU, because one of the actors, Chris Hemsworth, has said that he is not done playing Thor, despite the fact that fans had speculations that this was the last we would see of Chris Hemsworth. So let's jump into it. Alright, so if you know the MCU is changing, you're not alone. A lot of the actors that are in the MCU are getting older, and some of them don't want to be around anymore in the MCU. Chris Evans has already kind of said he didn't want to play Captain America going forward, but I don't think that that is completely a done deal yet. If they back up that money truck to his door, I'm sure he would come back. Scarlett Johansson is a little bit different. I don't see her necessarily coming back to the MCU. She did have some problems with how they were handling things before, mainly with the theatrical release situation and stuff like that. But that being said, I still don't think that she would be coming back. Then you have all the rest of them that, yeah, they are getting older. So it's not uncommon for film franchises that are running for a very long time to look at recasting some people, only we haven't had anything run as long as the MCU. So that is a bit of a pickle for the people that run the MCU. Do they change everybody all at once, or do they actually make sure that the ones who want to stay get to stay and they don't recast them? And that's kind of what we're talking about here, because Chris Hemsworth said in a recent interview that he is not done with the character. So let's break down exactly what he said. So this has been reported a couple different places, but this is what Collider said went down. What happened was Chris Hemsworth posted a video titled "Thank You, the Legacy of Thor" earlier this year, and fans panicked. Avengers Doomsday has been confirmed as the next chapter of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and many assumed it was Hemsworth's way of saying goodbye, that Thor might actually be lost to us like Loki was in Infinity War. But Hemsworth now says that people read too much into it. In a recent interview, the actor clarified what he actually meant. He said, "It was clearly not the intent. To be honest, my social media team assembled some footage and we were like, oh, this could be cool. We'll put some stuff up and thank the fans." And I was like, yeah, cool. It's been great. So we pinned it together and off I went to do something else. So now what happened after that is that all the fans began to speculate that this was the end of Thor and that he wasn't coming back, and that's kind of what happened. So he goes on to say, "It was just a gratitude moment. I had a few people ask me about it, and someone on my team said, ugh, we've given the wrong impression," he admitted. "We didn't do any damage control. There was no damage control necessary, but a lot was read into a little." So according to a lot of the sources, it says that, as it turns out, Hemsworth is already in preparation for Doomsday. The insiders say it may test Thor like never before, but plot details are still not being given. The Russo brothers are returning to direct, and the ensemble reportedly includes a new iteration of Doctor Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. Hemsworth didn't reveal anything about Doomsday, but he did make one thing clear, one other thing. And this is what he says: "I was already starting off another chapter of this character, and this journey has been the biggest part of my career." So the video was a moment of gratitude. It wasn't anything else, but it definitely got misconstrued and perceived a different way. Now, Doomsday is in theaters in December of 2026. But now we have to break this down. What exactly does this mean? Well, it means you can replace any actor in the MCU, but why would you replace somebody who isn't done yet? If he's still willing to play Thor and he's in good shape, then why would you want to replace him? Basically, this boils down to Chris Evans may be done with Captain America, but like I said before, I think if you back that money truck up to his door, Chris is probably coming back for at least 3 or 4 more movies. However, the MCU has a problem that is very unique, and that is that they've gone on for a very long time. And while going on for a very long time like they have actors that are getting older, actors who have sort of said they want to step away. But then they also have to look at, if we bring these actors back, if we back that money truck back up to his door and Chris Evans comes back, then how many movies are we going to get out of him? Because ultimately they could cast a younger actor, a new actor who wants to play the part for a bit longer, and they could have another 10 movies with Captain America doing his stuff. If you have an actor like Chris Hemsworth, who still is wanting to play the role, and he shows no signs of being done, then yeah, you could probably get him to do another 5, 6 movies, and that's a good thing. You have someone like Scarlett Johansson, who isn't really up for it. She had a problem with them before. Basically, she was kind of done, I think, by the end of the Infinity War saga. I think she was done with it by then. And that's okay, because getting another actor to play Black Widow isn't going to be incredibly heartbreaking. A lot of these actors, like I said, are getting older, and you don't want to have actors that are too old, but at the same time, you don't want to invite actors back just so they can play the part for 2 or 3 more movies. I think the difference here is Robert Downey Jr., because ultimately, they had him as Tony Stark, and I think we are going to see a new Tony Stark, a younger Tony Stark. And if he does continue on as Doctor Doom, there might be a throwaway line about why Doctor Doom looks like Tony Stark. It could even have a plot point that is important in it, and Tony Stark that we knew could have always been Doctor Doom, something like that. But ultimately, when you have that going on, you have to look at what else is going on. And what else is going on is that Chris Hemsworth isn't done. And they could probably still get another 5 movies out of him. So you're going to want that. And from a Marvel standpoint, that's going to be something that is smart of them to do. Because if you're doing that, if you're actually having someone that wants to play the part come back and do it, that's always a good thing. If you have an actor like Chris Hemsworth who's still in good shape and wants to do it, bravo. But for them, it's also smart because they could keep an actor who has been around for as long as the MCU has been around, for as long as that first Avengers movie, and they can keep him involved for as long as they can, and they're going to do so also. So I think this is a win-win. I'm actually thrilled that they're doing this. I think this is a good thing, and I think that it's important for them to do this. I think that this is something that needs to be done. That's my opinion. I want to hear your opinion. There's no actual wrong opinion. We're all fans, but I still do want to hear your thoughts. So make sure that you leave me that comment in the comment box below. Make sure you're sharing this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation we're having. And then don't forget to hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. And you know that whole algorithm thing. You have to tell YouTube what you want to see. And you do that by hitting the like button, because then YouTube reads that as, hey, I want to see more content like that. And with as much negative fan channels that are out there, they're trying to trash and basically belittle your fandoms. It's nice, I think, to have a channel that actually cares about the fandoms you care about. And if you like that idea and you like this video, make sure to show it by hitting that like button. And then also, friends, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button as well. And then while you're down there, you're going to want to hit that notification bell so you're notified and never miss a single video we do. And friends, at the end of the day, I know it and you know it. Fandom is family.